Hello, everyone, and welcome all attendees to this virtual Q&A session. We hope that all of you are in great health despite the situation we are in now. For today, this virtual session is specially organized for you, our member associations, so that you have the opportunity to ask us questions on the member survey of this year. With us today, we have Brian Agerbak, General Secretary of Badminton Europe, and he will be with us to assist and answer to any questions that you may have. Before we start the session, a few housekeeping information that I would like to share with all of you. All of your cameras and audio are off and muted by default. When you have a question, please write the question in the Q&A box and also address the number of the question so that it will make it easier for both Brian and I to follow through the questions that you have. We sent the compiled questions and answers to all of you last week, and today's session is organized for you if you have further questions or unclear information that you need. And I will be covering 3 areas: administration, communication, and participation. And Brian, he will take you through events, high performance, and COVID-19 section. Without further ado, let's begin. We have already received 2 questions on our inbox, and one of the first one is for administration, Q8. Do you count coaches as employed staff if they conduct coaching sessions for the federation and invoice the federation afterwards? For this question, the answer is yes. We do include them as staff if your federation invoiced the private coaches. The second question that we receive is for question 18 under communication. For TV coverage, do you also count streaming or not? For this question, the answer is no. We only count TV coverage. And while waiting for your questions to come in, let's move on to administration area. In this area, we would like to know more about how you administer your federation. For example, if you have a strategic plan or not. If you do, how many years is your strategic plan? We would also like to know about the number of employed staff, your annual turnover, female representation on your board, and etc. Let's see. Yes, we have a question here, question number 8 from Martin regarding administration. So the question is, do you count only employed staff by association or also staff employed by regional association? I think, Brian, you need to help me on this.
So here we would only count the staff that are employed by the actual Badminton Federation Member Association of Badminton Europe, so the national federation, and not regional associations.
Let us wait and see if we have a few more questions.
That does not seem to be the case either. So in that case, that actually concludes the Q&A part of the session. I'll just first of all thank you for the participation last year in sending out the survey. It's very important for us that you send in the survey and that you that you spend, time on making sure that the answers are reflecting your development level. As we use this in several ways, we use this currently where we are working on memorandum of understandings with each of the federations. We try to see where can we go in and support your federation and try to reach, let's say, the next development level. That work is ongoing at the moment, and you will be receiving draft MOUs, many of you, very soon. We're also in a period where we are working on the new strategic plan from 21 to 24. And again, the answers from your member associations are very important for us to see where we need to set KPIs and work strategically in the next period. The strategic plan is a document that works for all of us. Badminton Europe is merely enabling federations to develop, and that's where your input here in the survey is very important for us in that work. And finally, let me just refer you, since I have your attention here, to the virtual ADM, which is coming up on the 17th of October. We will be releasing video presentations for the annual report on the 30th of September. So please look out for those. They'll be on badmintoneurope.tv. Then we'll give around a week for you to provide any questions or comments to the reports. Deadline will be 7th of October. And on the 9th of October, there'll be a deadline to submit your power of attorneys. Many of you have done already, but for those that haven't sent it yet, 9th of October is the deadline. And then by 12th of October, we'll provide you with login details so that you can attend the virtual ADM on 17th of October at 10 o'clock. And with that, I give the floor back to Tania.
Thank you, Brian, for all the detailed dates. All these dates will be in your inbox, so do not need to remember that in your head. But before we end the session today, a quick update on the member survey that we have received so far. As of today, we already have 19 member associations who completed the survey. Thank you very much for your efficiency. And for the rest who are still working on it, please do send it in to us by 4th of October, because this will really help us in our next phase of this project. And for information, this session is recorded and it will be shared to all the member associations on our platforms. On behalf of the team who put this virtual Q&A session together, we thank you for your time and for tuning in, and we wish you all the best and take care.